So I'm preparing to make some pieces of teeny tiny art 4x4. And the first thing I'm doing is painting a background really on an 8x8 sheet of paper. Now here I'm using 3 different reds. One is a Naphthol red light, that's this bright primary red. The other is this Pyrrole orange, which is a very reddish orange, still in the red category to my eye. And quinacridone red, which is a slightly magenta red. There are lots more reds you could use if you were doing this, but those are the 3 I've chosen. Next I'm going to do some collage on this piece. I let the paint dry, and now I'm just using matte medium as the adhesive, and also, as you can see, as the top coat. Oops. And just to make sure it sticks flat, I'm rubbing that out while the matte medium is wet. And then blotting the excess matte medium. Now here I'm starting to work kind of randomly, but things get less random as you move along. You start out with any art piece and all the possibilities are open. And as you progress, you kind of narrow it down, so things may look like they start in a kind of random way. But eventually you have to make real decisions. So the only thing I'm really paying attention here to, compositionally, is like where those quadrants will be. So like this piece, I could put it here, but it would be all in one quadrant. If I put it here, I might get a tad of it in this other quadrant, so I think I'm going to go for that. So I've chosen to work in with this red background and then some neutrals. So I chose fairly neutral collage papers to begin with. So the point of this collage layer is to give me something to work with in the next layer. So again, at this point it's fairly random, but I have made some choices in terms of color. And I'll let that dry and then continue. Okay, now I'm going to start painting over some of this. Here I've got a sort of neutral gray. And here I've mixed it with a little quinacridone gold. Warm it up a little bit. A great print for collage paper. I'll lighten that right up. a little handmade stamp. So I'm going to take a little rubbing alcohol, keep in a spritz bottle, and lift some of that neutral paint that I just put on. Of course, it'll lift a little bit of the red as well. It smears it around a bit. So it has a distinct look. It's not just to remove paint because you shouldn't have put it there. I'm going to put some quinacridone gold over some of this area. Ooh, yeah. Now look at that texture. I'm going to introduce a whole new color. This sort of turquoise green that I really like. It's phthalo green mixed with a lot of white. And while that's tacky, I'm going to glaze over it with quinacridone gold. And just a little of the turquoise still showing. And that will lift some of the turquoise as well as the quin gold because the turquoise is still a little tacky. There. This is Indian yellow. Very much like quin gold. So guess what? I like it. Maybe. I don't know if I'm overdoing it. But if I am, I'll just undo it. Okay, and while that's tacky, I'm spritzing that with water. Let it dry a little bit. And then blot it up. And you get those nice water droplet marks. I'd say this piece is going to need a lot of work to make each piece quite different, but I think I'm going to cut it up now and go from there.